Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's time for homestead. We finish our farming episode, quite happy with the results. Still missing some Aether resistance. Still working. Actually, I think I get revered with homestead, so I can get myself fierce resistance and put different shoulders. Ether fire a frostbite. Not amazing, but it's gonna fix my Aether problems. On top of that, it's gonna place a little bit more extra damage. Gonna keep the component. Slightly upgrade. Gonna use just two of those to fix the pierce resistance, and we are happy to go. Damage is very high. We reach when basically my Cayman's oil's active. We reach close to 120k DPS. For this level is actually a lot. Especially for a leveling build that don't use shared stash and it's completely solo self-found. These are very good numbers to start with. And it's gonna get even higher and higher with better upgrades. We run very high attack speed as well. Almost capped. This gear can easily carry me up to 100, but I prefer to upgrade it. Here, feel free to look for the corpse. Usually I don't bother. This is one of the spawning points. There is one more a little bit south, I think. Yes, this is the other spawning point. But it's not here, usually it's next to the bookshelf. It spawns here. Another good thing about high regen builds, you can walk on every Aether ground without zero problem. Your health regen is gonna ignore all the damage. So very safe build for conflagration farming and immolation farming. If you need specific stuff from there, or at least Aether crystals, shards or clusters. for clusters, I still prefer to farm sentinels at Malmut. One of the most rewardable quests, tons of experience and a single piece of Blood of Catan, which is very rare material. Thankfully on this build we don't have to farm dungeons compared to last two builds that we built. I am pretty happy with this because I hate dungeons. I love them at the League because we have a scaling system for them and better encounters, so it's much more interesting to farm dungeons over Shattered Realm. But in the vanilla game it's just straight away useless. Of course, if you like RP and you like this type of events, you're gonna love it. There is a one more random event here. I showed this several times in the videos, and I think now is a good moment to show you again. This is basically a camp. People retreat from Homestead to live in the outskirts, but they starved to death or was attacked by this Flesh Reapers. This is the note. It's not very clear how they died. But you can see all this nest here are sign for a these birds definitely jump on them. This is the other location, I think. And here is the note. That's gonna cost us another dynamite, but we farm for a Cronley ring, so we catch up some dynamites. And to find the treasure, you have to basically hack west part of the map. Usually is guarded by a couple of ethereals. Quest basically is just one-shot chest. Golemborn, this actually maybe potential upgrade. Yep, this comes with temper and Menhir's Bulwark. Comes with resistances that I have problem with as well. The main downside is Final March provides slow resistance, which is very essential for auto-attacking builds, and I'm not ready to give up all the slow resistance just to get just slightly defensive boots. But definitely a good find. This is gonna give you a proc. This proc is fully converted to burn damage because we have 100 physical to fire global conversion. Today is our lucky day. Finding the royal hive on the way is something that don't happen very often. Here, as I mentioned last episode, it's a very good spot if you need ancient hearts. Because there is a 2 guaranteed heroes, and also there is a couple of rare spawns as well. Chance, of course, is always chance, but with a good infamy levels you're gonna get some for sure. On a high fire resistance mobs you can always use your cursed tincture. Let's pay a visit to Golus. Ring is gonna be probably very high level, because this is ultimate and I am quite early here. Being dangerous domain, mobs gonna be a little bit higher level than usual. This is a lot of poison stack. This brutal 100k crits. Cutthroat of Mending, actually a low level base. Mending is okay, but Cutthroat is a very bad roll. Otherwise Mending is gonna boost my health regeneration by a lot. As you can see, a single Ghost Ring, 500 health regen per second. This is how broken these rings are on either Commando or Elementalist. Oops, I waste one tincture. Okay, now we reach goals at ultimate. We have a safe farming spot. Instead of doing this in normal, ultimate comes with better goodies, especially when I am sole self-founder. Let's check the damage against Ravna. She's gonna be a high level. Also a lot of FATs. She's 77. I'm gonna pop up tincture. Pretty much destroy her. I'm gonna check the treasure room. Not gonna wait for the animation. Easy. Time for amalgamation. Here is gonna be a little bit tricky. 67 Aether resistance. Usually I don't walk around like this in ultimate, but this build is so broken that it's basically immortal. As you can see, this was full reflective mob. No problem at all. Zero reflective resistance. And by mortal I mean the normal content in the game. I don't mean these super bosses and stuff. Probably I'm gonna kill them, but I need the endgame setup for that, which I still work on it. I have few ideas for a endgame. I have to test all of them before I reach the conclusion. And there is no updated version of this build. There is a few attempts at the past that honestly quite bad in my opinion. So I'm gonna provide to the community a viable build. It's not gonna be top 20 build or top 10 build or whatever, but it's gonna be pretty decent. Let's check Isaiah. Nothing interesting.
I'll skip the plot. The Legion is split on ice. My scouts have
Just the person up. There are two other. I have come to rep.
Time was chosen. Now what I like to do is to delay a little bit the blood growth and deal with fine barons for extra reputation. Also we got level up. Here it's either good to start working on even more sustain or get ourselves a damage reduction source. I don't think I need that right now. This is more like when I start farming Shattered Realm and some endgame stuff. I'm pretty sure build is tanky enough to survive without damage reduction at this point. So maybe a good call is to start maxing out my sustain, which is gonna be military conditioning. I plan this to be 10 out of 10. Let's bring the weapons. We can use the shortcut because we can't die here at the goop. But I saw some interesting heroes. These guys are useless for us, no reputation to anybody. Because I don't stick with the old cast and I'm enemy with the Dead's Vigil. So feel free to not kill all of them. Herald of the Flame. Of course, by the names, probably very fire resistant. You know the build is good when you don't even proc blast shield. Which means I never drop below 60% life. Infernal Night. This is a Blackwater cocktail set. Quite interesting piece. This is the baby version. But our our faction gear is much better because ranks to Blade Arc. And we find another, I think, interesting piece. Executioner Judgment. This is not what we're looking for. Another interesting piece. And this is where the games basically give you a bait. These look very good gloves, but no attack speed. As you can see, our DPS dropped by 10k, which is a lot. I mean, this is a lot of damage. 10,000 damage. And this is where most people struggle when they're build their own builds. They don't pay attention to a specific thresholds. On an auto attacking build, your gloves, especially during leveling, it's completely necessary to be attack speed gloves, not some casting speed. I saw a lot of YouTubers as well running around with some fancy gloves, but without attack speed this is 0 damage. So don't do that mistake when you build auto attacking build. Consider attack speed on a gloves. It's the most cheapest way to get some damage. Because this is a CDR caster gloves. They gonna work very well if we throw mines and cocktails, because CDR builds, they don't care about speed. Their damage comes from a rotation, not from spamming skills. Knowing your class is half of the game. Let's see what's going on here. Usually you don't have to, basically, you don't have to interact with these guys. All of the quests already, I mean, they are open. you have to just kill all the bosses required. I love these high crits. This 100k crits at level 70 is very beautiful. And this level of tankiness as well. Mogara, no problem at all. And now we have a basically spot for Mogara farming. I didn't pay attention what I got. Just grim down stuff. I cast my termite mines on the bridge. Amarastar's Foolery, actually this is a very good suffix, comes with slow resistance. But the prefix is absolute trash. Okay, here was some scary spawns. Here, military conditioning. We can either soft cap veterancy or temper, or getting a little bit better ranks on blast shield, which I don't think I'm gonna need it right now. So better veterancy. Let's see if it's not bad actually, it gives and we have to consider last 10 points or last more like 15 points for a DR source, which is gonna be probably Blackwater Cocktail. I am tempting to use Warcry, but we don't have enough uptime. It's gonna be problematic on a harder content. I don't like to cast much on auto-attacking builds. Let's check the Coven reputation. Not too bad. Angoliacs, zero problems though. Here you have to clear all the odds. You don't want a random shaman to kill the boss. Because this boss is already very tanky. Okay. Teleport Barons. Easy level. Veterancy. Squad tactics is not a bad note as well. Maybe I can leave veterancy and go for a little bit more damage. It's not like my health regen move a lot.
Let me clear your mind of regrets.
For 3 points I got 150. I can live without it. Maxing attack speed is quite important.
See anything you like? Iron well spent. See anything you like? See you around.
Okay, it shows all of this.
My wares.
This is more offensive ability. Actually, enchanted flint is not so expensive. I can compare better both weapons. And I miss augment. So yeah, this one is more damage apparently. Because more attack speed. Yeah, definitely a difference, almost 10% attack speed on top.
I don't know what you.
Okay. We can finish Caldero's quest and I can close the episode. Just to start the next episode with a little bit clear quest log. Reputation with the rovers. A reflective hero. At this point we look for empowered or mythical version of the obsidian grasps. Usually is a very common drop, but very powerful for this build. There is a high chance to be my endgame option. Another reflective hero. Another reflective hero. That's one of the main reasons I hate Steps of Torment. On a high DPS build you can easily get yourself killed here. Every second hero is a reflective. Also Skeletal Knights, they have a built-in reflective mode. Not as strong as a reflective hero, but still you can get yourself in a trouble when attacking them. Let's take the shrine. It's like a totem. It was desecrated. Again, as you can see, all of these things are reflection because the knights. We got the big guys. Time for the High Priest. Not a hard fight, just very fire resistant. Be sure you apply tincture. Be sure you crowd control the healers. And they managed to kill him. His damage ramping up. You can see that very clearly. And with this final kill, I am free to end up the episode here. Thank you everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.